Still feeling sick, Joshua?
No, I'm much better. I should be good to head back whenever everybody's ready.
I'm relieved to hear that. What brought this all on anyway? Excuse me. Doubt it was a lack of oxygen in the tower, because the rest of us are alright. Maybe it was a sudden fear of heights?
I don't think so.
Estelle! Joshua! You finished taking pictures? You bet I am. And I got a lot of good ones, too.
And it looks like we're done here. How about we head back down? Alright, Greenhorns, lead the way. I'm counting on you, children. Thank you so much for escorting me back here. This is the first time I've ever been able to make it back from some ruins without getting chased or bitten or... You don't need to thank us. It's our duty as bracers.
I think you'd be better off hiring some bracers to begin with next time you go off and investigate some ruins.
My head says yes, but my wallet says no. I'll try to save up a bit though. Well, have a wonderful day, and I hope we can all meet again. I think it's about time we said goodbye as well. I was a bit nervous at first, but you kids did a fine job. Let me just say thank you to both of you.
That's what I like to call raw skill.
Now don't get all cocky on me. The bracers I know would make you two look like little fledglings, not ready to leave the nest. You're going to need to work harder.
I'll try to remember that.
So, are the two of you headed back to the company soon? Nah, we're gonna spend a day or so relaxing here in Roland. I can respect that. Dude, if I had a job as a reporter, I'd probably do the same. I need to write up a rough draft for some articles and such.
I'll head over to the Orbo factories and get these photographs developed. And I promise, I'm not going to break another watch. I guess this is the last of the jobs we got from Dad. They were much harder than I thought they'd be.
I disagree. I feel like I have a greater awareness now about what it means to be a bracer. It's also chores.
There you go again, saying all the right things. But yeah, I guess I get where you're coming from.
It seems like we've got a long road ahead of us if we want to succeed in this profession. For the time being, why don't we report to the guild?
That sounds like a good idea. Oh, but before we go, how are you doing? Still not feeling well?
Thanks for asking, but I'm feeling a lot better. Oh, hello.
Ah, Estelle and Joshua. Sarah? What are you doing here?
This is a rare occasion. You usually out and about.
I just finished the jobs I took over for your father, and I was reporting to the guild. They finished their load too, huh? Somehow or other, I guess. I heard from Aina that you guys aren't doing too bad yourselves. I guess everything I went through to train the two of you amounted to something. We're grateful too. Well, I guess we're reporting as well. Go ahead, let's hear what you've got. Good work, you two. How about you, Charizard? Do you think you've done a fine job? For a bunch of newbies, you did an average job, but you shouldn't be satisfied with that level of work. Especially you, Estelle. You're always the first to get on that high horse of yours. Okay, I get it already. Great work, all of you. I'm surprised we were able to fill the work gap left by Cassius so quickly. I wonder if we'll be able to relax for a bit now. I don't know. I can imagine that the downtime might be a bit of a drag.
Well, that won't be a problem, since there are plenty of other small jobs like patrolling the roads and exterminating monsters.
Been a while since I've been able to take a break. Alright, time for my reward. Going to drink until I can't drink anymore tonight. Estelle, Joshua, you two join me as well.
No.
We have to watch you get plastered and make a fool of yourself. Oh, so what you're saying is that you're turning down my invitation. You've got a lot of nerve to do something like that to your mentor. What am I supposed to say? Your drinking habits are intolerable. Because you're raucous, dance like a maniac, and try to strip in public.
Agreed. It's quite the show.
Charizard, Just where do you think you're going to take these underage kids? Come on, the alcohol is what makes things entertaining. But if you're so against coming along with me, then I don't need you, Estelle. Really? Yep, instead I'll just take Joshua. No, now, hold on a minute. Joshua, you look like you'll make a fine companion. Whether we're talking booze or something else behind closed doors, I'll help you. No.
This is what I'm talking about! Why would Joshua say no?
Alright, you big pervert. Joshua, why are you drooling like that?
We've got a major problem.
Huh? Mayor Klaus?
Estelle, Joshua, and Charizard. I'm glad to see you.
What's wrong, sir? And why are you in such a hurry?
This is terrible. My home. Just asked to... It's gone.
What? Alright, calm down, Mayor Klaus. Take a deep breath and let it out.
Apparently, it seems as though my home was robbed while I was out.
What? That's not being calm at all, Estelle.
I had something to speak with Father Divine about, so I was over at the chapel, and when I came home, it was rather odd for no one to greet me at the door. So I looked around and the rooms were in a state of great disarray.
Wait, what about your wife and Lita?
Don't worry, they're both fine. I found them locked up in the attic room.
That's a relief to hear. It's lucky that no harm came to anyone. Won't get us anywhere just sitting around. So, could you take us to the crime scene, Mayor Klaus?
Absolutely. I appreciate your cooperation.
Wait for me, I'm going too.
Good idea. We may be able to be of some help.
Well, if you insist, Aina will be at the mayor's house. If you have anything come up, toss it on Ridge's shoulders. I'm sure he's just relaxing at the bar anyway. Yes, I'll do that. And everyone, be careful. Wow, this place is an absolute mess. The crooks really tore through here. Look at the safe! It's busted!
The septium, which was supposed to be given to Her Majesty the Queen, has been stolen. I'm really sorry, especially after having you go through all the trouble to bring it here. By the way, how are the other rooms in the house? The other rooms, for the most part, appear to have been left untouched. They're about as messy as the attic room in which my wife and Lita were locked up in.
Estelle, Joshua, there's something I want you to do, which is... I'll speak with the mayor about the incident. I want you two to check out the inside of the house.
No.
You mean like an on-site investigation? Since you're all here, splitting up would be the best way to cover most ground, no? Alright, we'll see what we can do. Proceed carefully and deliberately. An on-site investigation, huh? Starting to get butterflies in my stomach.
How about we start from this room? Let's not forget to ask for witness statements from the other residents.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh,
Look, there's some marks on this railing.
I don't see shit.
The pot's been tipped over, but there's nothing inside.
Looks like the only tipped over after being hit by something with force.
This place is all torn apart. Lita would probably faint if she saw this.
It looks like all the books on the shelf have been scattered about.
Just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this.
It looks like he's got some valuable antique books here as well. Criminals either had no idea about the value of the books, or...
This is just a clutter box, right? It's empty as well.
The box lock looks like it was burned off. Criminals may have used an orbital gun. Why don't we use guns? Give us orbital guns. I want an orbital gun.
What's this?
Surveys leaf.
Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here.
You're sharp, Estelle. This is the place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were blocking everything up.
So it's a key piece of material evidence, right?
That it is.
I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked man, huh?
How many people were in the group?
I'd probably guess around 3 or 4. Oh, that reminds me. One of them was short. It might even have been a girl. Are you really done investigating? It Seems a little quick to me. How about looking around a little more carefully? I'm sure there's something you've missed.
Oh,
The gift that was delivered to the mayor for the queen is...
it doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it, or...
They really have cracked the combination?
It's not impossible, but I imagine that it'd be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My best guess is that they figured out the combination using a much simpler means.
Brute force?
They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with a special powder. A powder like that would have absorbative properties. Due to its fineness, it would be invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light were placed over it, it would glow.
Alright, and...
Now let's imagine for a minute that the mayor entered the combination with the powder present. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed.
Now wait a minute. Wouldn't they still not know the order in which the buttons were pressed?
That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the buttons would be decreased. In other words, the crooks could press the buttons in order starting from the least luminescent. It might be a little more difficult if there were duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are.
Joshua, are you a genius or something?
That's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. Now there's no doubt in my mind that this safe was opened using the same method it was explained.
Right. Now the big question is, who dusted the buttons with that powder? You know, it would have to be at least someone who visited the residence.
Figuring out who that is, that's going to be the tricky part.
I had the mayor around me for all the details. How about you two? Did you find anything? Alright, then let's check the details one by one and see what you've come up. First off, what were the criminals after? How many of them were there? Where did they get into the house from? Point blank, what is the portrait of those thought to have committed the crime? Probably traveler who visited recently?
Yeah, I think so too.
Wow, you did a good job investigating. It looks like we'll be able to specify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Claus, over the past 2 or 3 days, have you had any new faces around your study?
When you put it that way, I guess there's been a number of people. The reporter from the magazine company was one.
Oh, so those two came to visit you too, huh?
But at the time of the crime, they were with us in the Esmelas Tower. I think we can cross them off the list of suspects.
I see, so Mayor Claus. Any others?
Other than that, there was only Josette. But let's not kid ourselves here.
I think it would be a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. Criminals aren't always dressed so they can be easily spotted. As for a school uniform, if someone put their mind to it, they could create a replica. But I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous, right, Joshua?
I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree.
Huh?
During that time when the mayor put the septium in the safe, the girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's eyeing their prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student.
You must be joking.
Unbelievable!
At any rate, it looks like we're going to have this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you?
She was at the hotel.
But she said something about taking off from Roland sometime today. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to hurry. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right.
Understood. Estelle, Joshua, and even Charizard. Is something the matter?
Do you remember a girl named Josette? She's a student from the Royal Academy who would be staying here.
Of course I remember her, but checked out just a moment ago.
Shoot, we're a minute too late.
Let's hurry to the landing port. We might be able to catch her there.
She really didn't seem like a bad girl.
Huh? Please excuse the delay. Again, is Alan a guy or a girl? The airliner should be arriving any time now, so please be patient.
Yo, Alan. It's us if you haven't noticed.
Oh, it's you guys. Oh, and Charizard too. Thank you, Adios, for this feast on the eyes. I think he's a dude. So, what's up? You didn't by chance happen to see a girl in a school uniform around here, did you? A girl in a school uniform? School uniform from where?
From the Janus Royal Academy.
Oh, baby, those uniforms are so hot! The contrast of those neatly pleated white skirts and navy blue socks. Oh, yes, I can see them now. I totally forgot what the boys' uniforms look like, though.
This is one exception I just don't get. That's the fine of man's eternal struggle. Back on topic. Didn't you see a girl from the Royal Academy uniform?
Nope, not this month. And believe me, I watch for those. I'll check all the passengers boarding and disembarking so I can tell you at least that she hasn't come here.
Which means that she came to Roland along the roads without using an airliner. This complicates things.
Search field suddenly got much bigger. Come to think of it, there must be others, so they've got to be hiding somewhere.
Wait, that reminds me. What does, Estelle? I almost forgot we found this. Could this be some sort of clue?
Alright, we did find that. Chara, did you know any places nearby where Servias trees grow?
Service tree, huh? Pretty certain they grow in Mistwold south of Roland.
Mistwold, that's the forest in the opposite direction from home as the Roland, right?
Seems like it's worth looking into. That settles it. Let's hit up the highway for the Roland South Gate.
You're really excited, aren't you? Well, whatever it is, good luck.
Hello, Jeremy. Bye, Jeremy.
I had forgotten we named him. Is that even his name?
It is now.
Okay. Really? See? Way more range, like 3 blocks away. Wow, that was a pushover.
Man, isn't it crazy to think that soon 2014 will be 10 years ago? So, this is Mistwood, huh?
Can you tell us anything, Kara?
Dot. Someone came through here, alright. From what I can see, a number of people passed through here not long ago. I'd wager Mira we're on the right track. How can you be so sure? Because tracking fugitives is an essential skill for bracers. Anyway, let's check the woods. Be sure to keep your voices low. Roger that.
Understood. Is it just me or is the game lagging a bit?
It is lagging.
Wait, why is there no meaning?
Oh, she can still
Wow,
reach.
she can reach that. My god.
Yeah, these guys are bitches.
There you go.
That was too easy. And to think that something exquisite as this fell into my hands with almost no effort. Wait till Don and Kyle hear about this.
The way you pulled off that act wearing the school uniform was simply astounding. Just what you'd expect from the mademoiselle of an ex-aristocrat family.
Shut the fuck up, dinosaur. But it certainly doesn't hurt that in this outfit I can deceive almost anyone. That gullible mayor and dim-witted bracer girl. Idiots! A whole lot of them. What was that?
Calm down. Let's see what else they have to say.
Fine, but I'm not happy about this.
Yeah, but that girl seemed pretty tough. I mean, she took care of all the monsters that appeared in the mine.
The mine? So you're the one who screwed up your job. You had just done it like you were supposed to. I wouldn't have had to put on a monkey show to get this thing.
My apologies.
Forget about it. All's well that ends well. At any rate, those two kids being bracers was an absolute joke. Especially that brainless bimbo. She honestly believed that we could be friends. What a freaking moron. I had to try so hard just to keep from laughing. What's so funny?
What?
It's you guys. Yep, it's the brainless bimbo and her absolute joke of a bracer partner. And this probably won't come as a surprise, but we're going to beat the shit out of you now.
What? Bracers? How did they find?
You did a fine job stealing that septium from the mayor's residence, I'll give you that. But it looks like you were a little careless in the end.
In accordance with the law of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with breaking and entering, vandalism, and burglary. Would be in your best interest not to resist. But I'm sure Estelle is hoping you will. This doesn't look good. What are we gonna do now, Josette?
How about you quit quaking in your boots for starters? These bracers are nothing more than a ragtag group of kids. I think it's time we showed them the real strength of the Capua family. Who are we calling us kids? You brat! I've headed up to here and I'm going to do something about it right now. Hey, that's my line.
Oh shit, she
Alright,
pulled out the
boy.
Glock!
Oh no!
Roger that!
Damn bitch, where'd you get that BB gun?
Go for the boss. Wow! Never
You
mind.
got defense. Okay, let's see what damage she takes from magic.
Oh, now they are conveniently in a circle for you.
That they are.
Oh, are we done already?
How in the world? You had enough yet? That's what you get for taking bracers lightly. And we'll be taking this back if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Hey, that septium belongs to me. No, not to you. To the people of Roland, that's who. The sheer nerve you have to say something like that is astounding. Now that we've got the crystal back, how about we move on to confession time? That's an interesting name you mentioned. The Capua family, was it? Me and my big mouth. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So you want to be a tough egg to crack, do you? I don't mind at all. In fact, I like them that way. Whip. Ah! What are you trying to do? That's a dangerous thing to be swinging around like that. Well, if you can't answer with your mouth, then maybe your body can answer instead. But don't worry, I'll be extra gentle. Get away from me, you crazy witch! Big Chair is enjoying this.
Let's just sit back and enjoy the show, shall we? What? Look out! Shara!
An orbital gun? You alright, Shara? I'm fine, forget about me, look at that! An airship? Ah ha ha ha! Looks like the tables are turning in our favor now, aren't they?
Are you okay, Josette?
Kyle, you're late! Where have you been? Oh, never mind, just hurry up and give us a hand!
No can do. Our push into the Relent region has been put on hold. Something big came up in the Bose region while you were away.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't have time to explain. Hurry and hop on, or I'll have to leave you behind.
Crap. Just where do you think you're going? We'll pick this up another day. I don't think you've won either. Payback's gonna be a beast.
I don't understand why like the people just let them walk away. If they're in such a hurry, just hold them down.
Well, you see, one issue to that, they just got shot at. And if they tried to do that, they would probably get shot at again.
If they're holding the people hostage, I mean, what's wrong with holding the contained criminals as hostages?
Hold them as a meat shield. Let's see if they'll fire.
Sure wasn't expecting anything like that to come out of the woodwork. Ah, looks like they caught us all off guard. That isn't laughing matter. Right now I'm so frustrated I don't even know what to think.
Well, on the bright side, we did get the Septium crystal back. Switching gears, the group sure looked to me like a bunch of sky bandits.
Yeah, they certainly seem of that variety. It also sounds like they've made the Bussy region their base of operations as well. I certainly wouldn't have expected a group like that to travel all the way to a ruler place like Roland. I couldn't care less if they're sky bandits or brigands. The next time I see that scruffy, lying jerk of a tomboy, I'm going to thwack bam kapower.
What's thwack bam kapow supposed to mean?
Looks like you've had a rough day. Who would have thought the sky bandits would appear? I don't blame you for letting them escape. No, this time it was my fault. I should have been more careful. I'm really far from being the same league as Cassius. It's not your fault, Jera. I let my emotions get the best of me and...
I was careless as...
No, you guys did a great job. Your on-site investigation of the mayor's residence was flawless still. Don't you think we should recommend them, Aina? Yes, I was thinking the same thing as well. Recommend?
What do you mean?
Hold your horses. First comes the payment for a job well done. Oh, we're now 7th class.
Nice.
Eagle-Eye Quartz as a perk. This is for you both, and take this as well. This is... As of now, you're both junior bracers. In other words, bracers in training. In order to become senior bracers, you'll need to receive recommendations from all regional branches in the kingdom. This is your recommendation from the Roland branch. Is it really okay for us to have this?
I had heard that in order to become a full-fledged bracer, we'd need to achieve something fairly noteworthy.
I think in light of the jobs performed in your father's stead, and your great showing here, your achievements are sufficient. However, those achievements are only for your work here in Orlent. You'll need to receive recommendations from other regional branches after achieving success there as well. Bussy, Rouen, Zeiss, and finally Grancel. You've still got a long road ahead of you. Even so, I'm really happy. It was worth all the hard work. Now that we've come this far, don't you think we should visit the other regions too, Joshua?
I figured you'd say as much. I agree with you, but we can't decide this all by ourselves. We should discuss it with Dad.
Right. Oh, that's the telephone, right? Hello, this is the Bracers Guild Roland branch in the Rebero Kingdom. It's been a while since you last talked, hasn't it? I see. Are you sure? That's terrible. I wonder if something happened.
Looks that way to me.
Yes, that's right. He left on business the other day. What? I apologize, but this is a little difficult to believe. Understood.
Oh no.
I'll pass on the news to his family. They'll be fine. They're bracers still. Yes. And if you hear anything else, please let me know. What's wrong, Aina? It's unusual for you to be so surprised like that. Who's calling? The Bose branch. Something terrible has happened. The airliner, Linde, has disappeared over the Bose region. What?
How is that possible?
I don't know any of the details, but the Royal Army is currently conducting a wide-scale search. Due to this event, all other flights have been postponed. Well, that explains the backup at the landing port. And... Aina, Estelle, Joshua, please brace yourselves. Your father, Cassius, was aboard the airliner which went missing.
Impossible.
There's gotta be some kind of mistake. It seems his name was on the passenger list. Libero Bracer Guild, Roland Branch, Senior Bracer, Cassius Bright, 45.
End of prologue. That was the prologue.